Hi everybody, I'm Gary, welcome to the channel and thanks for joining me for this look at We Will Rock You, the first of 2 Queen tracks this week. Thanks again for joining me, and if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It's a new channel, it's still quite young, but it's growing nicely, and we're going to cover all sorts of content on here, acoustic and electric guitars. It's free, of course, to subscribe in YouTube, so please do click on there and you'll see new videos when I put them out. So today we're looking at We Will Rock You. I thought it would be a really topical one to do because Queen are back in the news with We Will Rock You. It's back on in the West End, and there's some great guitar parts to be had. So this is the first of 2. This is a small but perfectly formed guitar part, We Will Rock You. It only appears about 1 minute 23 seconds into the track, and it just closes out the track at the end. But it's, you don't hear the guitar until then, but when it comes in, wow, you do hear it, and it's an amazing piece. It's a classic piece of rock guitar playing. So we're going to break it down as usual, get really up close and look at it in detail. Okay, so there we are, we're nice and up close now. Hopefully you can see everything, and for this song we're in standard tuning. There's no fancy tunings here, there's no capo. In terms of tone tips, then you need quite a bit of crunch for this one. I'm using the clean channel on my amp, but I'm going through a Fender MTG tube distortion pedal because you really want those notes to sustain. I'm also using a phaser, so I believe that Brian uses a phaser, or he did use a phaser on the original recording, and that's how you get that kind of honky, sort of very nasally tone which you hear when this guitar part comes in. So I'm just using an MXR, it's a Phase 95, just had a look, Phase 95. I've not got too much phase effect going on, but just enough to give it that sort of nasally tone. So the guitar, when I just play a power chord, sounds like this. So it's going to really ring out for you there. I should just say, for the record, that I'm not endorsing those products. I don't receive any income. It'd be nice if I did, but I don't. They're just my own pedals, which I've chose to select for this track. I'm also using my trusty old Telecaster. Of course, if you're a big Queen fan, you may well have one of the Brian May model guitars. They look amazing. I'd really like one. To really get that Queen vibe. I think Brian's one of those, he's almost a unique player. Well, he is a unique player in a way, and he's got his complete, not just his own style and sound, but his own look, having the red special guitar. And I've been looking at some of those guitars recently online. They do look absolutely amazing. I'm quite tempted, I must admit. So that's a few tips on tone. If you really want to get Brian's tone, it's a Vox amp, a Brian May guitar. I believe he uses some treble boost, and there's some phaser for this track. The first time we hear the guitar in this track is 1 minute 20, about 1 minute 20 seconds in. It's mainly vocals and the drums and the sort of clapping rhythm, very percussive. And then we hear a kind of feeding back guitar part, which you can achieve. It's an E note. I'm playing it on the G string there at the 9th fret. Now the volume I'm playing at, I'm not going to be able to recreate it, I'm just playing at home. But what you want to do is just vibrate that note and just keep holding it down. Turn towards your amp and you'll get that feedback just before the main guitar power chord comes in. Okay, and then what we do is slide down, and I'm playing a C power chord there. So we've held that sort of for 4 bars, and then so I play it like that, but it's going to sort of, plenty of that sort of, it's a feel thing really. Down to an A power chord, plucking from the A string. And then I'm just on E3, it's kind of bluesy bend. And then there's sort of some percussive. Have to do it while I'm playing it. Really. So you've got that. Just muting with my palm. So that's just the A chord coming on and off there from the E3. For the next part, we just slide all of that up to the 14th fret. And I'm just holding down B, G and D there. And I'm playing an open A string. Now, I've not got a whammy bar on the Telecaster, but if you have got a whammy bar on your guitar, or if you're lucky enough to have one of the Brian May models, then you can give it some vibrato on some of these higher up chords. So. And then what we do is a suspension, it's a sort of D over A, so I'm just holding down with my second finger, I've got B15 there. And D16, like a Keith Richards style. And you just play around with that, hammering on and off. So I'll play everything that we've done so far, just from the power chord, the C. So having moved up to this A position, we've done our suspensions, our A over D, then we've got a series of pull-offs. I'll just play it through slowly and then we'll break it down. Sounds like this. So what I'm doing there is raking, muting the string slightly, but just raking up the chord. And then I'm landing on E17. And then it's E50. And then a G string, but as part of the chord. And then I'm playing B17 to an open, sorry, not an open B, but B held there at the 13th fret as part of the chord. And then just hammering on and off the B string there at the 13th to the 14th fret. Down to the D string again, which I'm holding down as part of the chord. And then we're back to our suspended chord. And then just pull that on and off. And then I'm just, again, I'm still holding this chord here, but just on the G string there, at the 16th fret, pulling off. The next section of the solo features some individual notes which can sound a bit thin on their own, so you need to try and keep some of that droning chord going behind it. I'll just play the individual notes on their own. It sounds like this, so I'm going B17 to B14 and then down to G14, but you're pulling off really. and then we're going to bend up B17, full tone, up to E14, back again from 17 to 14 on the B string, and bending on the G string there, that's 16 down to 40, and down to the D14. So those are the individual notes. Now what you want to do is try and keep some of this. So that's We Will Rock You, the full guitar part broken down in detail. I really hope you've enjoyed the lesson as always. Please do give me a like, let me know your comments. I love to hear from you. I love to hear all your comments and read through them, and I reply to them all because it's only a small channel at the moment. So join me again later in the week when we'll be looking at Fat Bottom Girls, and in the meantime enjoy your guitar playing. And I should say, when we're looking at Fat Bottom Girls, we're looking at the guitar part for Fat Bottom Girls, not actually Fat Bottom Girls. We're not that kind of channel on here. See you soon.